So, hello everyone, Direfon here again. It's been a little bit, and this is definitely not my usual place, but I'm making do as it is. Let's do something like. There we go. This update really isn't anything to write home about in the front end, necessarily. It's a lot of the back end work. I was reading a lot, I was planning the story, just to help better think about what's going to be happening. Yes, I've got a rough draft for the story in the PTU campaign that I ran that's going to be slowly coming out on the channel again. I'm thinking maybe moving that to once a month because obviously I got a little burned out. But I have that rough draft, and yes, there are going to be some things that I'm going to be changing and reworking as these are different systems and these are different formats entirely. There's going to be multiple player choice here. I can't just work off of what the players are going to be doing in the campaign and go from there. I have to think about the different branching paths, so that is a lot of what I worked on this time. However, I also got the quests complete. So, for this update, because there really isn't too much to write home about on your end, this is just going to be a Patreon release, more like a. It is going to be a main release, as quests are a huge deal, and I've got the 5 quests in the game, 4 of which you can complete right now. I have to think about how I can complete the 4th one, but you can get the quest. So, if you talk to a particular person that's going to appear in that first little area, you'll get 2 of the quests. A possibility of getting 2 quests. From there, talk to people. Talking to people is going to be the only way to complete quests as it is right now. However, that 5th quest that I'm trying to complete is location specific or action specific, so that you don't have to go talking to everybody. As I said, this update doesn't have too much to do on the front end. However, I also have been working on a few updates in the future, getting every Apacies thought up. And that's done! I have all 100 Apacies already and drawn out. None of the new drawings are pixelated, so that's going to be rolling out where the 100 would have left off, so I should have rough pixelization by then. But to give you a few examples, I'm going to put some right around here. I've got some pre and post evolution, so I've got Buddle and Pahyan, pre and post evolutions of Scrows, as an example. I also have Chitin, which, little chick, precursor to Box Hen. I also like the double entendre of Chitin, as it's a more defensive creature, and like it's supposed to be helping out Boxhead, being its trainer. I've got completely new evolutions like Frieder and Fuera. Fuera is one of the older original concepts that I had, but I never was able to really showcase it. These are rough drafts. The pixel art is likely to be much different, but some of them could be the same. I do like Buddle a lot, and Pahyon is an interesting concept. I think I'm going to keep its general form, but I have to work with how I'm going to mold that. And let's keep the rest a secret. I have to have something to show off during that 1.4 coming out in about 4 months. But to get an idea of what's going to happen next update, it's going to be very battle-centric. So things that affect the battle, things that affect before the battle. So there's going to be a movement system difference. That way we can make better use of the movement the overworld Apacies has. I want sprinting to be limited. I think I've explained that before. So limited sprinting, multiple personalities, because if it's a battle update, I feel like I need to finally add that. Actual implementation of multiple abilities. However, I'm going to have to rethink about how abilities work, because I'm thinking of like a pairing system where instead of just helping out that Apacies, it does a like team bonus for anybody in the battle. A few variations, some light touches like trying to slow the damage to the particle effects when a move happens. That's out of my forte, so I might not be able to get to that kind of feature, but I'm going to try my best. Ultimately, whatever feature I'm not able to get to in next update or any following update is going to be part of the polish last 4 months that I have planned, if the game doesn't come out sooner. Looking back, a lot of the months that I have planned out, I do want them specifically to be focused on that kind of update like I went through. However, if it doesn't fill that entire time, I will be working on the different features of the game, just fitting whatever I can in. Now, the larger implementations are going to be different, but passively adding in dialogue and quests should just work into the regular schedule, and it shouldn't need to only be like during the lore. However, there are certain dialogue and quest options that I want to keep hidden until it is time to either release or give out a major update pertaining to lore. As it stands, honestly, I think I did pretty well for this update. However, a lot of it was outside the scope of the game. So I was able to drastically reduce by either reading or not needing specific books. Now I'm down to about 4 or 5 different books that I need to read for the game for the rest of the year and a half-ish. So I feel pretty dang good about what I have to do outside of the game. I feel like a lot of the research is done. Especially for the general area and the time period, the most research I need to do now is more native specific. I still don't feel like I have a firm enough grasp when it comes to the Chiricahua Apache or the Tohono O'odham, so I'm going to be delving more into that just so that I can feel more confident in their own portrayal of the game. Apart from that, thank you for staying tuned. I hope to bring you great updates every time. If you haven't already, please support the game on Patreon if you so choose. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, and good night.